Long drive. Could it be? It is out of here. Grand slam home run. Welcome to the show, Mr. Utley. Line drive hit the right field. Here comes Iguchi. The throw to the plate. Right Phillies win 11-10 out of the RBI single by Chase Utley. Chase Utley, you are the man.
Counting spring training and the regular season, he's missed more than 70 Phillies games this year. But the questions have all been answered, and Chase Utley is back tonight as the Phillies get set for Game 1 of a 4-game series against the Cincinnati Reds. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy. I'll be joined in just a little bit by Chris Wheeler and Gary Matthews. Well, there's something comforting about having Chase Utley back at second base, isn't there? He is back tonight after being out for all of this year, and he is looking forward. Look what he's done during his career. That's what the Phillies have missed. Not only the numbers, 293, 177 home runs, 650 RBIs, but also his personality, his dedication to the game, and his dedication to this team and this city. And we caught up with Chase today, and we could sense there's a little emotion churning inside his gut.
I'm excited. It's been a long run so far. Watching our guys play. It hasn't been a whole lot of fun on the sidelines watching, but we've been winning, so that makes it a little bit easier. So I'm excited to get back up between the lines. Well, last year I missed time from a torn ligament in my thumb. The only thing I do was rested at that point. A few years ago I broke my hand, same type of thing. This was a little bit different. This is something that I need to take care of, stay on top of, and I think we've done a pretty good job of doing that so far.
Is patience important with this whole thing? I mean, I know it has been because it's been a few months, but have you learned any kind of patience with this whole thing?
I've learned a little bit of patience. Like I said, it's not a whole lot of fun being on the sidelines, but I understand that I have a career ahead of me. I have a full season ahead of me here, and I'm just trying to do what's right for me and the team. I mean, it's still going to be a kind of a day-to-day thing. So far, the past 3 weeks, it's responded outstanding, and hopefully it continues to do that. Just try to stay on top of my program, which I have been for a while now, and just see how it goes. I'm really excited to get out there. I imagine some other people are excited as well, but I'm going to try not to let that affect me. I'm just going to go out there and play like I always have, and play to win.
Well, playing to win has certainly been a trademark for Chase Utley and this Phillies ball club. This was the 2008 World Series. Jason Bartlett had no chance. In fact, this was the play of the World Series. It's that kind of decision-making that makes everybody feel so much better that Chase is back at second base. Cole Hamels tonight for the Phils. He'll be opposed by right-hander Bronson Arroyo. It's going to be exciting here at Citizens Bank Park when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Why do so many car companies compare themselves to Toyota? Come see for yourself at your local Toyota dealer today. By Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. By Xfinity, only from Comcast, the official HD triple play provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. By Coca-Cola, the official soft drink of the Phillies. By Citizens Bank. We're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. And by Independence Blue Cross. No matter where you are in life or business, we have plans that fit. Go to plansthatfit.com. Mark, the leader is back, and he leads the Phillies out onto the field for this ball game against the Cincinnati Reds. It's just a game in May for most players around Major League Baseball, but for Chase Utley, it's the start of his season. Let's take a look at the Reds starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Leading it off at center field is Drew Stubb. Paul Janisch, the shortstop, bats second. Joey Votto, the reigning National League MVP, hits third, followed by Brandon Phillips and Scott Rowland. Jay Bruce, the right fielder, bats sixth. The bottom third of Lewis, Hannigan, and Arroyo will face Phillies left-hander Cole Hamels, who's making his 10th start of the year, and he has been unbelievable against the Reds.
Yeah, so much about Chase Utley tonight. You figure, oh, yeah, this guy's on the mound tonight. He's not too bad. Yeah, he's had a tremendous season so far, Tom. As you said, his lifetime numbers and the way he has pitched against Cincinnati, including a tremendous game in the playoffs last year. 6-0 lifetime with a 1.07 earned run average. Made his major league debut against these guys.
Drew Stubbs leads it off, and he takes the first pitch low. So we're underway here in Philadelphia. And you know there are butterflies churning through Chase Utley's stomach, as this is kind of like opening day for him. And so much hard work went into his return, not only by Chase, but by so many other people around the ball club. From Scott Sheridan to Mark Anderson to Dong Lin to all the folks down in Clearwater.
Sam Perlazzo spent so much time hitting ground balls to him. Right now he's out there saying, all right, I don't mind the first play, but hit me a little too hot. Don't give me something real tough right out of the chute. And this guy can fly too. Drew Stubbs, a heck of a player. He's got 14 stolen bases.
Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike to Stubbs.
Reds have a very good hitting team potentially. They're struggling a little bit right now scoring runs. That guy leaning on the railing right there is the MVP from last year, Joey Votto. Bruce, as he swings and misses at that changeup. Stubbs right here is a good player. Brandon Phillips, who was leading off last year, is hitting 4th.
3-2 pitch coming to Drew Stubbs. Swing and a miss. He got him. That ball just kept on bearing in on his knuckles. 1 away.
Well, he kept throwing him all those changeups and then threw a fastball right by him. It's time now for Nissan Keys to tonight's game, and it feels like hitting weather tonight. It is hot. Beautiful night here. At least right now it is. Chase Utley's back. Have you heard? And Cole Hamels tonight. Very, very difficult for the Cincinnati Reds. Made his major league debut against these guys back in May of 2006.
Well, here's Paul Janisch, the number 2 hitter. Janisch 230, no homers, 11 RBIs. He has struggled, you see, over his last half dozen games or so. 0-2 the count. Janisch was 0 for 6 in the series against the Indians, and he pulls one to third. Polanco stays down on it, 2 away. The whole infield is back together, intact all the way around, from Ruiz behind the plate to Howard over at first to Chase at second base to Jimmy Rollins at shortstop and to Polanco over at third. And this is the way they drew it up.
Haven't seen this since October last year.
Here's Votto, and Votto hits the first pitch to left. Ibanez over a few steps, makes the catch. That's a 10-pitch inning for Cole Hamels as he sets down the Reds in order. So we saw him out on the field. We'll get a chance to see him in the box when we return. For a number of reasons. The Reds are in town, but Chase Utley is back. Let's take a look at Charlie's starting lineup as we go to the bottom of the first. It's brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Jimmy Rollins leads it off, followed by Chase, and then Placido Polanco. Ryan Howard is the cleanup batter. Raul Ibanez hits fifth. Carlos Ruiz will bat sixth. In the bottom third of Dominic Brown, John Mayberry is in the 8th spot, and Cole Hamels. And they will face right-hander Bronson Arroyo, all 34 years old of them. Boy, he's been around for a long time. This is his 10th start of the year.
Solid major league pitcher. Has given this team a lot of good years, too. You know, he doesn't ever blow you away with his stats, but he can pitch. Scouting report from Southwest Airlines. Lots of pitches. He'll make it up as the game goes along. The Phillies have had good luck with him. One thing he will do and has done throughout his career is throw a lot of home run balls.
He's given up 10 home runs already this year. Rollins in the hole, no balls in one strike.
I didn't put his pitches down in the scouting report. Just put down lots of pitches because he throws everything. He reminds you a little bit of Livan Hernandez as Chase waits on deck. Different arm angles, different speeds. He, as I said, he just makes it up, I think, as he goes along. Sees what's working, what isn't working. Has a real good curveball.
Well, he's been good on the road this year. 3 games, he's 2-0, an earned run average of just under 1.
He likes to give that leg kick, and you know that's one of the things that he'll do. So hitters will see if maybe they'll look at it. You know, maybe they'll know and not pick up the ball as quickly. But he'll vary that leg kick. It's always pretty high.
2 balls, 2 strikes to the count to Rollins here in the bottom of the first. And a slider that sweeps way inside. It started out at the edge of the plate, and Rollins nearly offered at it.
He pitched a really good game here last year, did Arroyo, in the second game of the National League Division Series. And then the Reds just blew that one late on with a bunch of errors. I think they made 3-4 errors in that game.
Rollins pulls it through the hole on the right side, so he's aboard to start the bottom of the first, and that'll add to the excitement as Chase Utley comes to the plate for the first time here in 2011.
For the Phillies, number 26, second baseman, Chase Utley.
Show any kind of emotion, but as he told us today, he understands the excitement because he feels it, and he said that some other folks probably will feel it as well.
We all do. It was pretty neat.
1-0 the count to Utley. The particulars on Utley: down in Clearwater, he had 281 with 4 RBIs. His on-base percentage was over 360. And he said he kind of learned a few things while he was down there. In the air to center field. Stubbs going back. He's going to get there. And he makes the catch. And there's one away.
Well, he had a fastball to hit. Hit it right on the nose, but right at Stubbs.
Remember when Chase made his major league debut? We showed those highlights, that grand slam.
Aaron Cook
got around the bases in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, well, he'd never been one to show anybody up. That's just not his style. He hates talking about himself, too. This had to be uncomfortable today to answer, because there's no way he can deflect that to the team. I mean, he can try, but today is about Chase Utley, and that's just the way it goes.
Well, here's Polanco still hitting in the 3 spot, 4-game hitting streak coming into tonight's ball game. And he takes a fastball low. It's 1-0.
Charlie wanted to hit Utley second, and he didn't want the 3 lefties batting right in a row if he could avoid it, even though they only have the 1 left-hander out there. The fans will not see Chapman here this week, the 100-mile-an-hour plus throwing Cuban left-hander, because he's on the disabled list. Oh, that's right. They brought Maloney up today, so now they have 2. But, you know, he's a starter in a lot of ways. Going to use him in the bullpen and have been doing that. He started a game here last year, but he didn't want to bat all 3 of them in a row if he could avoid it. Let them send Edison Volquez. That's
Very surprised.
That's a Maloney move.
Yep.
But he has really been struggling. The guy was an all-star.
1 ball, 1 strike the count to Polanco. Overall hitting .335. And he hits one in the air deep to left field. Moving back is Lewis. Warning track wall. Gone! 2-run home run just like that. And the Phillies jump out to a 2-0 lead.
Well, it's hot here tonight. The weather has really changed. It feels like summertime, and that ball carried like summertime at Citizens Bank Park. Like a high breaking ball or changeup, something slow. And Charlie's talking tonight about hitting weather may be here. And we talked about the home. That's a changeup. Talked about the home runs that Bronson Arroyo gives up. Well, he will do that.
And as that ball lands in the stands, we'll remind you that every time a Philly hits a home run here on the Phillies television network, the first one, somebody gets some cash. And Fred McRae of Atco, New Jersey, thanks to the McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot, has won $200.
Ball in batting practice tonight was just flying out of here. And there was an example of that ball that Polanco just hit. He hit it well, but there are so many nights we've had early in the season here. That thing does not even come close to leaving the ballpark. But look out tonight.
Well, it's been a month since Polanco last hit a home run. He's not really a home run hitter, but he now has 3 on the year. Howard tips it into the glove of Ryan Hannigan, and it's 1-1. Howard overall 10 homers and 36 RBIs. He's been among the leaders in RBIs for most of the year, even though he has just 1 RBI in his last 9 games.
Interesting, they have the overshift on him, but they don't have the second baseman Phillips way out in the outfield the way most teams do it, with nobody on base. And he can throw too. It's not like he can't play deep and throw him out. I don't know why they'd have to find out why they would do it that way. Yeah, you understand if there's a runner on.
Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Howard thought it was too tight. Larry Vanover liked its placement. 2 outs.
Well, you saw the catcher Hannigan pull up a little bit, so he may have thought it was not on the plate either.
So 2 away. Here's Raul Ibanez. Ibanez is average at .232, 4 homers and 18 RBIs. 5 for 16 on this homestand.
You're really playing him to pull too. Giannis is shortstop near second base, and Sky Rowland way off the line at third.
Yeah, we don't often see this kind of an alignment for Ibanez. We'll see the infield tend to sway him to pull, but not like this.
Yeah. And one of the reasons is probably is Arroyo doesn't throw real hard. Throws a lot of off-speed stuff, which you have a tendency to pull or hit back through the middle.
Inside 2-1. Dusty Baker has done a very good job at the helm of the Cincinnati Reds. In fact, he's done a good job really all 3 places he's been: San Francisco, Chicago, and Cincinnati.
And he was a heck of a player too. And a good guy. Sarge's buddy.
1 hopper. Votto picks it. Arroyo's there to cover, and they just get Ibanez, and the side is retired. Well, Placido Polanco has gotten this night off to a great start. A 2-run home run. He's given the Phillies a 2-0 lead as we go to the second here in Philadelphia.
Thanks to a 2-run home run by Placido Polanco. Ashburn Alley is abuzz tonight as they're all circling around Richie's statue, making sure they got their food intact, but also making sure they're catching up with all their friends and family members out there.
It is a great social scene.
Brandon Phillips leads it off, and a swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
How about Brandon Phillips? Was the guy who hit that little dribbler out in front of the plate last year when Roy Halladay pitched his no-hitter, and Carlos Ruiz did such a remarkable job of avoiding the bat.
Picked the ball right off the top of the bat.
What a play that was.
Phillips overall hitting .317. He just had an 11-game hitting streak come to a close.
Well, he was their leadoff guy during a lot of the season last year and in the playoffs, and now they have him hitting .4. He's just a tremendous talent. He's got a lot of hot dog in him, but he really enjoys playing the game.
Well, they thought when Scott Rowland came off the disabled list on the 13th of May that he would settle into the leadoff spot or into the cleanup spot, and then Phillips would move back to either leadoff or even hit third,
right,
or I should say second ahead of Joey Votto. But they're easing Rowland back into the lineup. And Dusty Baker just likes the way the lineup looks with Phillips batting cleanup.
Saw him the night before the game down near the Phillies clubhouse, Rowland, and we were talking about that subject. He says, I don't know where I'm hitting tonight. I said, here's a lineup. You want to see? He looked down. He went, oh, 5. Okay, well, that's good. So at least I'm in it.
2-2 the count to Phillips.
Rowland is, well, he's had a lot of shoulder problems. And, he wants to, his feeling was he really respects Dusty Baker a lot. And wherever he hits him, he's fine. He's not going to campaign to hit anywhere in the lineup. He just wants to play.
Change up in the air, shallow right. Dominic Brown got a late start, but he's under it. 1 away. Well, you heard the reaction from Chase Utley. It's going to be a very different reaction as Scott Rowland steps to the plate. Hey, don't forget the Dodgers are coming to town Tuesday, June 7th, Wednesday, June 8th, and then the Cubs series will be the 10th, 11th, and 12th. Go to Phillies.com and check out what's available. There are limited seats still available, and plus there are always standing room only tickets that you could purchase prior to the start of each Phillies game.
Doesn't quite have the same venom
as it used to.
Yeah, it's been a while. He's like a senior citizen in the game now.
Rowland hitting .263, and that cutter, well, it looked like a fastball, and it just kept on cutting in on him.
Yeah, now if he were to do something to hurt the Phillies, they'd boo him pretty good, probably.
Everybody makes decisions that are their own decisions, and you hear the reaction that Chase Utley received tonight, and you would think if Scott Rowland did stay in Philadelphia, he might have received the same kinds of reactions throughout his career.
Yeah, he just moved on, and he did wind up winning a World Series with the Cardinals.
And a call. Oh, no, yeah. I didn't know where Larry Vanover was going on that one.
Rowland knew he knew it was called third strike, and he was walking away.
Well, we've seen a number of calls that haven't been made or have been subtly made over the last few days.
Maybe he made a sound down there before he let out with the big loud bellow. But it's right down the middle. He was looking for something else. They went with a high fastball. And you see Rowland? I'm done.
Second strikeout for Hamels. The batter, Jay Bruce. So Rowland will sit and watch. And it's 2 balls and no strikes to Bruce.
They have a couple of big-time hitters in this lineup, and here's one of them. Joey Votto, of course, the most valuable player last year. This Jay Bruce has a chance to be tremendous, although he hasn't done much against Cole, and the one hit's a homer.
The Reds signed him to a contract extension through the year 2016. He and Votto will be the foundation, along with Phillips, for this team for many years to come.
Nice swing.
Grounder back to the middle. Utley, first play of the night. Gets it, throws off balance, not in time. So that's the first test tonight for his knee.
He's playing really deep with 2 outs, too, on Votto, and on Bruce, and he runs pretty well, does Bruce, and he couldn't get him. But yeah, everything looked fine there. not a throw you're going to get a whole lot on anyway, because you're going to throw it across your body and just try to get it in the vicinity and hope you can beat the runner. Right there, he just throws a little one hopper right there, and he beats it.
Well, that'll bring Fred Lewis to the plate with 2 outs here in the second. Lewis hitting .257. Runner goes, pitches hit foul.
Oh, boy, Lewis. You know, obviously Bruce just broke. They saw something down there to Billy Hatcher and Bruce, and they were ready to go. There's Dusty Baker looking out, and like, boy, I wish my guy would have taken a pitch there.
Lewis last year played for the Blue Jays and had a very good year, but they decided not to sign him in December.
And then he was with the Giants for a number of years before that.
0-1 the count. Chopper toward third. Nice play by Polanco. Leads Utley to the bag, and the side is retired. No runs, an infield hit. 1 man left. We've played 1.5. We go to the bottom of the second with the fills up. Sports, your one stop for the latest on all your favorite Philly teams. Get total 24/7 coverage with the most experienced team of insiders only on CSNPhilly.com. No matter where you live, CSNPhilly.com lives Philly sports. In fact, I was coming over the Walt Whitman Bridge yesterday, and there was a big billboard with Jim Salisbury's his squash on that billboard.
Has there been a report of a lot of accidents on the bridge lately?
Carlos Ruiz takes outside. Jim Salisbury, of course, covers the Phillies for CSNPhilly.com and does a tremendous job.
Yes, he does.
Ruiz overall hitting .214, 2 homers and 9 RBIs, and he lines one to right center, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Bruce was playing over there, but Carlos just served it between Bruce and Drew Stubbs.
That's a curveball we talked about that Bronson Arroyo likes to throw, and it hung is what happened. You can see Carlos trying to watch how he's trying to stay back on this. It's hard to wait on this pitch. Lifts the leg, stay back, and then hit it. And it was because it stayed up like that, and Carlos did a really good job of hanging back on it.
Dominic Brown making his second start since being called up from Lehigh Valley. At .341 at AAA with a couple homers. And he takes low.
Going to play against some right-handers. There are 3 out of 4 right-handers in this series. Only left-hander will be Travis Wood in the third game.
Fouled away, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, it's Healthy Week on Comcast Sportsnet. Wheels, since it's Healthy Week, you can track your daily activity of daily living with a pedometer. 2,000 steps equals 1 mile and burns at least 1,000 calories.
Frank Kopenbarger has one of those babies. I think I'll borrow his. Yeah.
Burn some calories, get your metabolism up.
He tracks his steps when he walks like that. Just what you're talking about.
That's a fair ball over the first base bag. Ruiz around second, heading to third. Up to second goes Brown. Second and third with nobody out.
Votto was holding the runner on, but jumping out real quick with Ruiz, figuring, you know, he's not going to run in that situation. I'm going to jump out and take the hole away. And the bag is wide open. Watch. See him jump out real fast. And now here he goes, and Dominic pulls it right down the line. Nothing Votto can do about it. It was another off-speed pitch and an easy stand-up double for Dominic Brown.
So Brown is safe and secure at second, safe and secure with New York Life. So the Phillies have a chance to bring home another run with a fly ball or even an infield ground out toward the middle.
Right. He's a key to this inning, although you have a pretty good hitting pitcher on deck who you think can make contact and maybe do something for you. Isn't it like a lot of pitchers, a strikeout waiting to happen, where the 8-hole hitter is the most important guy.
Mayberry 1 for 9 in the Rangers series, 1 for 13 on this homestand, hitting 8th tonight. 0-2 the count.
Arroyo throw his breaking ball slider like in the high 70s, low 80s. Throw his curveball 60s, low 70s. Then the changeup. Likes to spot his fastball. He'll throw that tailing one at the left-handed hitter like he did to Ryan Howard and got a call on it. Another slider. Not a real hard breaking ball. Like most guys' sliders, you know, you're going to see in the 80s all the time. Arroyo will be more like a high 70s type of slider, like a slurve almost.
His moves, though, boy.
Oh yeah, well, it's got a quick break to it.
Another one deep down the left field line. That's going to hook foul.
Boy, did he hang that one?
Sure did.
Oh,
that's into the Richie Ashburn suite down the left field line.
He threw a couple of real good ones down and away to John. And look at this one. Well, you can see he got it out in front of it a little bit, but it is spinning and it's right in the middle of the plate and right into the suites.
That may have landed into a chafing dish of chicken fingers.
Yeah, there's a lot of food in those suites.
1-2 the count to Mayberry. Slow curve, and he's down on strikes.
I see all those sliders. That curve's about 10 miles per hour slower than a slider. You know, maybe 8 to 10. They're really folding.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, the Blue Jays have taken a 1-0 lead over the Yankees. Jose Bautista has hit another home run. He had 54 last year. I think he's on pace for 75.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous what he's doing. It's amazing.
Reds will play the infield in with runners on second and third.
Yeah, they're not going to give up a cheap one to the pitcher. And with Jimmy Rollins on deck, you know, it's unlikely they're going to go on contact here with a slow runner at third.
Hamels 238 average, no RBIs this year. That was a good eye by Cole. But it's 2-0.
We appreciate that comment down there. Thank you. Yeah, Hamels is in a spot now where maybe Arroyo will throw him a fastball and he can hit a fly ball.
He and Hannigan are trying to get on the same page. Got a fastball and it's in there for a strike. 2-1.
He took it.
Rollins waits on deck. 2-0 Phillies, looking for some more here in the second.
And it's good to see Chase Utley in the back in the lineup, of course, but in the flow of the game. And Tom just mentioned Rollins on deck. Well, look where he is. He's got his bat. He's leaning there at the corner of the dugout. He's ready to hop in that on deck circle.
Man just likes to play.
There he is from the other angle. You get a feel for how he's ready to come out there.
Grounder slowly hit first base. Ruiz is coming home. So is Votto. The throw. He is out. Oh boy, Ruiz is wondering, how am I out?
He's saying he never touched him.
Yep, I didn't think he did either. Here comes Charlie. Carlos very rarely says a word. Brown got to third.
And that's all it could be, because, you know, the play beat him. Carlos did not go on contact. He went after he saw it dribble down the line, and Votto made a nice play coming home, and the throw beats him. But does he tag him?
It's tough to tell if he got him on the back of the jersey or not, or if he got his hand in before he even made contact. Doesn't look like he got him.
Doesn't look like
No,
he touched him. It was so close, you know, whether or not he got any part of the glove and brushed the uniform. But Ruiz, obviously, he didn't feel anything.
Right.
And he knows he touched the plate, and he felt nothing on his body as far as the glove goes. He feels like he's safe.
Yeah, and the other part of it, too, is if you look at that replay, even before Hannigan came close to the U and the I in Ruiz, Carlos, it looked like his hand was already on the plate.
Yeah, that was close. But here's the bottom line now. You're second and third, nobody out, and you're down to your last guy to try and get something out of this. On a night when it looks like, yeah, you know, they just may score some runs here. It still may.
2-0 the count to Rollins.
Charlie's really going right there on his player's reaction. As you said, Tom, Ruiz is not a guy that's going to pop up and complain unless he thought he was safe. That when he runs back, and he'll try to start at the left-handed hitter and run it back over the plate, and got a call on that one. Now Hannigan's going through signs there behind the plate on a 2-2 count. What they would do if Hamels were to break from first, which of course is unlikely, but they have to cover themselves just in case. Say it's unlikely because when that happens, what you're trying to do is get the guy breaking from first in a rundown between first and second, if that little guy has a baseball, and then steal a run with a guy scoring from third. But you don't necessarily want a pitcher out there, you know, doing a lot of bobbing and weaving in a rundown and maybe get hurt.
Two balls, 2 strikes, the count to Rollins.
Now it doesn't matter. He can run. They just play off him, and Hamels will go on the pitch.
Hamels goes in the air to center field. Not deep, playable for Stubbs. He's under it, and the inning comes to a close. Phillies got second and third with nobody out. Couldn't push a run across the plate. Carlos Ruiz, did he get across the plate before the tag? You make the call. you a question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fan section for all the information. And Wheels, please submit your answer on the subject line. The question is, in the famous photo, how many baseballs did Reds catcher Johnny Bench hold in one hand?
I remember that picture, and I have no idea, but we'll try and guess. That's funny. He had some monster hands, that's for sure.
Answer will be revealed in the 7th inning. Johnny Bench and Fred Lynn. There's another guy, too. I can't remember who it was. Well, they were just on the MLB network the other day talking about one of the greatest games in baseball history, the 1975 World Series when Fisk hit the home run in Game 6. And that was kind of neat. And those retrospective conversations about old games, like the Phillies Blue Jays game with Joe Carter and Mitch Williams, those are kind of neat.
Yep.
Ryan Hannigan leads it off for the Reds and takes a pitch inside.
Larry Baugh was on for the 23-22 game at Wrigley Field, and also another Phillies. Oh, the playoff game with Houston, one of the playoff games with Houston, Game 5. I was lucky enough to be at Game 6 and 7 of that World Series in Boston in '75. I was called up there for emergency help for Larry Schenk because they had all, and then we got up there and it got rained out for 2 or 3 days, but saw that homer. And then the next game. Wow, was that an unbelievable Game 7
for the Reds?
For the Reds, yeah, for the Red Sox too. But you know, that was a tremendous World Series. But Game 6 and 7 were 2 of the best ever.
Hannigan walks on 4 pitches. First walk issued by Hamels. And like the guys before him, Roy Halladay, Cliff Lee, Roy Oswalt, he doesn't walk a lot of guys.
Nope. Especially, he's very annoyed at himself right now. He took a long walk behind the mound because he walked the 8-hole hitter with a 2-run lead on a night when the ball's flying, and you think, hey, runs can be scored here. Got to be, you know, I can't give away free passes at the bottom of the order.
Arroyo squares, bunts at the first pitch. Well, the conditions tonight, and they've been changing all day long. 77 and cloudy. It was in the 60s earlier today here in the Delaware Valley and cloudy. Then the sun came out and it was smoking hot here at the ballpark.
Well, it's humid. Feels like summertime here tonight. Just thrown over there to see if he's still bunting, and Arroyo showed it early. He was. That's a great shot.
Arroyo bunts it foul again. 0-2.
He has 3 sacks on the year. This guy's a really good hitting pitcher too. Has 5 career homers and knocked in 25 runs, 15 doubles, so they may turn him loose here.
Well, he's way up in the box.
Nope.
And he bunts it back toward the mound. Hamels has a play at second. There's one. Rollins' feed to first. Utley with the stretch. Not in time.
Boy, that's a good play by Colin. It's triggered by Carlos Ruiz coming out there going second. And also the athleticism of Hamels and knowing the catcher's at first. It doesn't run very well. Ball is bunted hard. Now Ruiz is yelling second all the way there. And he makes a really good feed to Jimmy where he can't use his legs much. He just can do an arm flip there and almost got the double play. But that's a catcher's job right there to size that up immediately, know who the runner is, how hard the ball's bunted, and let's face it, whether your pitcher has a chance to make that play or not.
So 1 out, Stubbs the hitter, and he takes one on the inside corner for a strike. He went down on strikes his first time up. Stubbs was 2 for 13 in the series against the Indians. Reds were blown out in the first 2 games, or were blown out yesterday, but the first 2 games of that series, well, they were close.
Well, they are very explosive offensively. Don't have to hold the pitcher on. Bronson Arroyo. There's Dusty Baker, their manager. So Ryan Howard can play off him at first. Johnny B. Baker, as he's known.
Every once in a while, we'll walk in the office and we'll hear Sarge say on his phone, What's up, Johnny B?
Yeah, they talk a lot. Oh, man, you think you're struggling. You ought to see what we're going through. They have some great conversations.
4th year as the Reds manager, led him to the postseason last season, and the Phillies swept him in the opening round.
That was a good team they swept last year.
In that postseason, Hamels won Game 3. He pitched a complete game, struck out 9, allowed 5 hits, and Utley hit a home run. And the Phillies won that game 2-0. Another strikeout of Stubbs. Second time he's gotten him. 3 strikeouts overall.
Looks like another cutter from Cole Hamels because it had movement in on Stubbs. That's that pitch that he's added that is so effective. Here's the game Tommy's talking about. The Reds really, their defense betrayed them. They gave up a run in the first inning, an unearned run, and Hamels was dealing, so he struck out Roland Gomes. There's a changeup grip right there. He gets a strikeout on Bruce, and there he got Scott Rowland to end the game, end the series, send the Phillies on to the League Championship Series, which unfortunately they lost to the Giants.
Giannis grounded to third his first time up. He's 0 for 1. To the count. Roller left side. Polanco picks it, goes the short way to second. Side is retired. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. We play 2.5. We go to the bottom of the 3rd here in Philly. Chase Utley to lead it off. Knee tendonitis. How's he going to manage it this year?
I mean, it's still going to be a kind of a day-to-day thing. So far, the past 3 weeks, it's responded outstanding, and hopefully it continues to do that. Just try to stay on top of my program, which I have been for a while now, and just see how it goes.
Well, we mentioned there are a lot of folks that really helped Chase along the way. I mean, he worked very hard. He was diligent with the process, not only his stretching, but also the strengthening of the knee, the taking care of the knee, taking ground balls. We talked about Scott Sheridan and Mark Anderson, the Phillies athletic trainers here in Philadelphia, but also Sean Fiscani down in Clearwater and Brian Camerata. And those guys did just great work down there. They were part of the rehab group in Clearwater that got him ready for those rehab games and eventually got him ready to come back here to Philadelphia. So Chase leads it off. He fly to center his first time up. And it's taken high. It's 1-0.
And there's patience involved right now too. He's not going to play every game. Charlie says he really believes that he will be honest with him, which maybe he wasn't before. You know, he would just play in unbelievable pain. And they all think they're on the same page right now, and hopefully they are.
That's a strike. It's 1-1. Well, I mentioned Brian Camerata, who's the minor league athletic trainer and rehabilitation coordinator, and Sean Fakasny, who is the minor league conditioning coordinator. Those guys are down in Clearwater for the summer. You know, if there is an injured player, they go down to Clearwater a lot of times to rehab, and those guys take care of them. And they're trainers that have been through the Phillies system in the minor leagues. I saw Brian when I was in Reading. Sean grew up in the same town that I live in. And you see Chase has missed some games over the course of his career. This was a little different, though.
Yeah, last year it started for him when he broke that hand in Cincinnati, sliding into second base.
1-2 the count, Utley.
Well, everything's changed so much in baseball, and what you're talking about, Tom, is such a plus that you can have now. Is you can have a setup down there with the facilities the Phillies have and the people they've hired that can do those kind of things, where you can send somebody down there and they're supervised and you know everybody's on the same page.
Well, the great Jeff Cooper, who was a longtime Phillies athletic trainer, he's also down there from time to time.
Yeah, Coop will take care of guys.
Yep.
And Coop won't baby them either. Coop will baby them if they need to be babied, but if they need to be pushed, look out. You will be pushed. He doesn't have the world's greatest bedside manner. Very effective trainer, and you know, a guy who's around here a long time.
Grounder back to the box, handled by Arroyo. And Utley, as he normally does, hustling up the line, 1 away. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Chevrolet. See your local Chevy dealer or visit ChevyDealer.com. By Citizens Bank, we're for homes. Talk to us today about how we can help guide you to the loan that's right for you. And by Xfinity, only from Comcast, the official HD triple play provider of the Phillies. Polanco has accounted for the 2 runs for the Phils in front of this beautiful crowd here at Citizens Bank Park. Hit a 2-run home run his last time up.
Yeah, and you don't want to sit on 2 with this team, even as good as Hamels is. He falls behind guys. You see only 2 of 12 first pitch strikes, but as I mentioned, he's like Levon. He doesn't care. You know, he'll pitch backwards because he's not a guy that's going to overpower you. He's going to trick you. Now, would he rather get ahead? Yeah. But it's not the end of the world when guys like Bronson Arroyo pitch from behind like it is for a lot of pitchers.
Well, the other thing, too, is he can throw a lot of pitches during the course of a game.
Yeah. Like Levon, who is the master at pitching backwards. He'll throw any pitch at any time at any count.
He's wearing Levon's number.
Yeah, that's right, he is. You can throw out the ball strike ratio with a guy like Arroyo.
Liner to left, another base hit for Polanco. He's 2 for 2.
But when he gives him with a fastball behind in the count like that, you know, he really gives a guy a chance to make good contact.
A lot of big games coming up this year here at Citizens Bank Park against the National League East, and a big 4-game series because it's 4 games in the Phillies' yard against the Marlins. Will begin on Tuesday, June 14th. The 15th is a day-night doubleheader. Then the 16th is just a flat old Citizens Bank business person special. Get your tickets now to all 4 games. There are limited seats still available by going to Phillies.com. Howard struck out his first time up. Liner to right. Bruce coming on. It's going to sit in front of him. Polanco had to freeze just in case. Back-to-back singles for the Phillies.
Yeah, there's no way to judge that ball off the bat, even when you have an angle on it like that, because it had so much topspin. But how fast was it going to come down? Bruce is pretty deep here. It's the kind of ball that Ryan Howard can hit in the upper deck when he makes that kind of contact with backspin. That one had the topspin, and it was on its way down fast.
Ibanez grounded to first. It was really a line drive, 1 hopper to first, his first time up. 0 for 1.
Off the end of the bat, right through the hole on the left side. Here comes Polanco. He's going to score. Hit him where they ain't. It's 3-0 Phillies.
Yeah, that was a perfect example. Hit him where they ain't. We talked about it the first time he came up, that they were overshifting him more than most teams do with their shortstop. So as a result, the shortstop's up the middle. See right here? He's all the way here. Now you got all this to shoot the ball through. And that's exactly what happens here. Giannis is where he is. Scott Rowland saw that he had no chance for it, so he goes over to cover third, and the ball goes through.
7 hits already for the Phillies. We're in the third with 1 out. 3 straight singles for the Phils here in the bottom of the third. Think they'll switch and move Giannis back over to the shortstop position next time?
You know, they seem committed to it, and I think it's because he throws so much slow stuff. But we'll see.
Now, because he throws so much slow stuff, if you time it right, you could put it wherever you want.
Yeah. He just threw him a fastball that he just dropped the head on and shot it through the hole. You know, a lot of times the shortstop is right there, and it's a double play. Nice at bat by Carlos Ruiz. Hasn't been swinging real well lately, and we'll see whether or not he'd give him a green light. Here's Scott Sheridan right behind Charlie Manuel. Townsend talking about the trainers, what a great job they do. And he give in 3-0. There is Scott. He and Mark Anderson do such a great job here in Philadelphia, and then the other guys are mentioning. There's Mark.
And there are others. I mean, there are a lot of people behind the scenes that Chase worked with just to get back. Ball 4. The bases are now loaded for Dominic Brown.
It's a real good at bat by Carlos Ruiz, and he threw him a 3-0 changeup just in case he had a green light, and you know he wasn't swinging there, and that's good. 3-0 changeup, you have a heck of a chance to top into a double play.
Brian Price comes out to the mound. He's the Reds pitching coach. Price was with the Phillies for the end of his season a couple of years ago after he was let go. Was it by Arizona? Yeah, by Arizona. Bob Melvin was let go, and so was Brian Price. Hey, tomorrow at 5, Michael Barkann, Phillies top sports writers, are talking about Chase's return to the lineup and the latest on the NFL lockout. And also Bernard Hopkins stops by. Watch AT&T presents Daily News Live tomorrow at 5, only on Comcast Sportsnet. You never really know what Bernard Hopkins is going to say.
He proved that recently.
Very colorful. Speaking of colorful, bases are loaded now for Dominic Brown, who doubled his last time up. Going to play the infield back for 2. With 1 out here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, they're trying to stay out of a big inning here. They're not going to play the infield up for a guy who can run like Brown, thinking they're going to get a double play. I mean, cut off a run at the plate. They're just not going to do that this early in the game. You would have to do it, of course, later on if you're trailing on the road, especially, but not in this case.
Johnny B's squad has lost 5 straight.
Yeah, his club's struggling a little bit right now, trying to stay out of a big inning. Philly's trying to hang a nice old crooked number on them. They haven't done much of that.
Down the right field line. That was too far inside for that to stay fair.
And too slow. And that was a combination. That pitch was made to get out front if you got out front. They've hit him pretty hard, huh?
Yeah, he hasn't started against the Phillies in the regular season since 08.
He was really good in that playoff game last year, though. It looked like the Phillies were in trouble. They're losing 3-4-0 in that game to Arroyo.
Line drive. That's a bullet down the right field line. It is a foul ball.
Well, he got a fastball to hit there and just got out front. That may have been that little runner he was trying to do to him, but he didn't get it far enough. Yep. And he got it inside, but it got a lot of the plate, and it's hooking. Look at how close that is, maybe clearing the bases.
Might have startled Mike Buchholder in his office down the right field line.
I woke him up. I'll pay for that.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
That one too smart.
Field looks good, though, doesn't it?
Oh, beautiful field. Yeah, the roots have really settled.
Opposite way for Brown. Lewis comes on, makes a basket catch on the liner. Oh, boy, the umpire was late to make the call, and Howard didn't see it, so he didn't tag and go. The third base umpire, Dan Bellino, went out, and Howard, I think, was looking for him to make a call, and he was really late with it. I'm surprised Ryan didn't see whether that dropped or not.
Yeah, you could read that yourself, really. See right there, he has it all the way. Now when he stumbled like that, he could score. Now Howard has to run back. Now he's
yeah, see, Sam Wells trying to say go.
Yeah, that's just not good baseball.
Yeah. Now, whether the umpire's late or not, he may not have even been looking at the umpire.
Right. There's a lot of instinct involved in that. In that case, he just didn't do the right thing. And, you know, the potential run that doesn't score. Granted, it's a tough play. But, you know, you can watch that yourself and listen to there's a few ways to do that. But, you know, you can read that ball yourself. And I guess he just couldn't tell.
Probably should have anchored at the bag, and if it dropped, he would have scored anyway.
Well, exactly. That's what you're supposed to do on a ball like that. It happened so fast, though, because he hit it so hard. You're supposed to go back and tag up, because if it drops, you walk home anyway. But guys get caught in between on those sometimes. Dominic Brown hit that thing right on the nose, though.
Looper to left center. That'll get the job done. 2 runs are going to score. Ruiz on his way to third. A 2-run single for Mayberry. 5-0 Phillies.
Well, now it doesn't matter. And that was really good by Mayberry. It looked like he got a fastball and got jammed and just fought it off. And the Phillies have scored a week worth of runs here tonight. Yeah, right on in him, see him pull his hands back. A fastball gets jammed, floats it over Janish's head with 2 outs. Everybody moving. Ryan scores easily. Right behind him comes Raul Ibanez, and the Phillies have scored 3 runs in 1 inning.
Not only that, they've scored 5 runs in a game.
You know, that's the last time they scored more than 1 run on a hit, other than a homer.
It's amazing.
Since Jimmy Rollins knocked in those 2 in Florida to win that game. That is hard to believe. That's a long time ago.
Well, the last time they scored 5 runs in a game was the day after that,
right,
on the 14th of May or 13th of May against the Braves.
But you think somewhere along the way someone would have gotten a base hit to score 2, and it hasn't happened. And it's a little bit of hitting season here tonight. That's what Charlie was talking about before the game. He hoped. But a 2-out hit. You know, after it looked like, you might just had a little bit of a base running snafu there, and you're going to leave 1 out after they had a runner thrown out at the plate earlier, and now all of a sudden it's 5-0, and it's been a long time since one of their pitchers had this kind of lead.
One ball, 2 strikes the count. There's Maloney, just called up from the minors today.
He lost a 1-0 game here last year in that 4-game sweep the Phillies had right before the All-Star game. That was a tremendous 4-game series.
Line drive, base hit for Hamels, right by Brandon Phillips. Ruiz scores standing. 6-0 Phillies. Now this is more like it.
It's fun to watch. I think they're going to bat around, aren't they?
This will officially be a bat around.
I wonder what that was. Boy, Cole levels off on a fastball right here, and Phillips He thinks he has it, and he just doesn't catch it. He thought he had that thing lined up, and Chooch walks home with a 4th run of the inning and 6-0. The Phillies scoring a lot of runs here with 2 outs.
Rollins is 1 for 2. He's batted now in all 3 innings.
Chase Utley is some spark plug, isn't he? he would, yeah, right.
There is something to the electricity that's surrounding this night.
Bet there is. It can help relax people a little bit, put them in spots in the order where they maybe should be a little bit more. All kinds of things.
May 9th against the Marlins. It's the first time the Phillies have had 6 runs or more in a game.
Oh, this is fun to watch.
That's 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. The last time they got a hit that scored 2 runs without a homer was that game Jimmy won. What was that, the final game of the series?
Yeah.
Against Florida it was, right?
I have to think that this is Arroyo's last batter. If he loses Rollins, you figure that Maloney's going to come in to face Utley.
Bronson Arroyo's usually got to work deep into games too, but 75 pitches already. Threw another 3-1 changeup to a 3-0 changeup to Carlos Ruiz in this inning. Which, by the way, that walk was really important to what's happened here. That's another thing they haven't done much of is walk.
Runners go. A cue shot.
3-2, 2 outs, 6-0 lead, and he throws a 3-2 hook. But he's really gotten hurt on some fastballs in this inning.
In the air to right field. No doubt about that one. Gone! A 3-run home run for J-Roll. How about this night for the Phillies offense? 3rd home run of the year, and the Phillies are up 9-0.
Changeup too. Threw a 3-1 changeup. Threw another changeup there. Jimmy's such a low ball hitter from the left side, and that was down, and he dropped the head on it. And you said, Tommy, no doubt about it. And the Phillies had thrown up a touchdown and an extra point in this inning. And boy, does this look good. Down and low ball hitter like Rollins from the left side hits it out of the ballpark.
Pretty impressive night of offense for the Phillies against Bronson Arroyo and the Reds. Arroyo's night is complete. We have an AT&T call to the bullpen in the bottom of the 3rd with the Phillies up 9-0. And the Phillies are kind of in that category. Look at that line. And his night is done. 2 2/3, 10 hits and 9 runs. The Phillies have scored 6 runs in this inning with 2 outs. That's another thing they haven't been doing a lot of lately.
You know, to score 6 runs with 2 outs, so important.
Matt Maloney is the new pitcher. Chase Utley the batter. Bronson Arroyo had asked the Rangers, if he had asked the Braves, the Marlins about this Phillies club, they would have told him, yeah, they got great pitching, but their offense is really struggling.
It was really impressive tonight. After they had some adversity, there's Arroyo. The runner thrown out at the plate, Ruiz, a little base running thing in this inning. They stayed after him.
Right.
And they've thrown a big inning up.
To the count to Utley.
That'd be something, you know, the timing involved in the face of left-hander with a breaking ball, fastball away. Hey, it's just good seeing him swing and miss right now. He's the only guy in the lineup without a hit so far.
Kind of ironic.
It really is. It's early.
September of 2010, the last time the Phillies have had a 7-run inning.
That was that 12-11 game when the Phillies parachuted into Denver from L.A. to play the one game on their way home.
Line drive, foul.
That's another thing about timing. You know, when you haven't played in a while, you have a tendency to hook balls like that. Get out front.
Three and two the count to Utley.
Good eye on that 2-2 slide ball.
Polanco, who started this 7-run rally, is on deck. And he got him. So Utley's down on strikes, but the Phillies sent 10 men to the plate, and they scored 7 runs on 6 hits. This was the 6th, and it was a big one. Right in the sweet spot for Jimmy Rollins, a 3-run homer. Phillies lead it 9-0.
Want at prices you'll love, like fireworks colored paper from Boise with 30 glorious and fun colors. Who but WB Mason? Well, what a night. We thought we'd spend a lot of time talking about Chase Utley, and we have. But we could also talk about the Phillies offense. They have arrived in style as Cole Hamels starts the fourth with a 9-0 lead. Gary Matthews joins us up here in the booth, and tell you what, Sarge, J-Roll got a pitch in the sweet spot.
Well, he sure did. Ball down.
Votto lines one to center. Mayberry glides back and makes the catch.
Boy, he catches the ball easy. Well, he talked about hitting at times can become contagious, and you're not going to be able, however, for me to judge it just by the one game. This has been great, however, having Cole Chase Utley come back. You got to really pick your times. You want to come back when the team actually wins. Chase, one of those players, however, that does make other players better.
Sarge, when we talked to him before the ball game, I asked him, you know, what are you most proud of when you think about your team and how they've played in your absence? As that ball is smoked right back up the middle. And, you know, he said the fact that they have one of the best records in the in Major League Baseball, the best record in the National League, and that they're in first place.
Yeah, I think sometimes that a lot of fans can get spoiled, wish the club was doing better, but bottom line, they're in first place. And this is going on around the whole league where guys aren't being able to hit the ball consistently, and hopefully before the summer's up, there'll be some consistent runs scoring for this staff.
Well, I thought it was neat just listening to him talk about his teammates because, you know, the last few years he's been out and he's had to rely on guys filling in for them. And, you know, even though the lineup looks so much better with Chase in, whether it be the 2-hole or the 3-hole, the guys like Pete Orr and Wilson Valdez, guys that filled in for him, really did a nice job. Just, I mean, in particular, defensively.
Yeah. You're a player that you haven't been playing, and you have an injury. You can hardly wait to get back. But, you know, again, when you come back, you want to come back and contribute. It's going to take him a little time.
And a strike on the inside corner, 1-2.
You know, the more pitches he sees, the better it's going to be. And Chase is the type of hitter that he does see a lot of pitches. Just noticing him and some of his hitting, kind of needs to get ready, get set a little bit earlier, and then be able to take a good long look at that pitch.
Runner goes. Fly ball foul. Brandon Phillips was off and running as Hamels lifted his legs. So again, they must see something from him in certain spots.
Yeah, they'll go over the films, and a lot of times it's maybe where he holds his glove, the way that he comes up. You know, sometimes pitchers position their foot in a certain way.
Liner to left. That'll drop in front of Ibanez for a hit. Phillips thinking about 3, draws the throw, and it was a good one by Ibanez. First and second, one out. So Rolen has a hit. And Jay Bruce, who had the first hit of the night, an infield single, is the hitter. Hamels at 50 pitches so far. Not bad.
No. He's throwing maybe a few more breaking balls.
Well, there was one, and that
kind of slipped out of his hand. You're right. Was a curveball. That breaking ball, though, to just get some of those hitters, especially the left-handed hitters, off the fastball.
There is the fastball.
He's got a good one tonight, 94. That's what will make the changeup much better. Even the curveball, for me, you want to throw the curveball a little bit harder to the left-handed hitters.
Off the end of the bat,
It'll be back into the seating area, the lower box seats, and it remains 1-2.
When you throw it hard, that's how you can get those check swings, especially throw it hard and down.
Down the right field line. That one's smoked. If it's fair, it's gone. It is a fair ball. It hit the pole. A 3-run home run, just the 5th home run allowed by Hamels this year. And the Reds are on the board.
Boy, high change up, left it out over the plate. Pitcher's down and will not get those same results. That's why even with a big lead, pitcher's got to go out and pitch as if it's nothing. Sure, he wanted this one back. Take a look at it. Probably up in the zone. There it is. Floats right back into his swing as it hits the foul pole. Game of inches again.
So the bases are empty. 1 out. Fred Lewis, the batter. He grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up, and he takes a strike. Hamels in his last outing against the Rockies allowed a run in 8 innings. At one point, he retired 14 straight, and he's hoping for that same kind of routine here. Jay Bruce kind of disrupted things with his 12th homer of the year. So he's on pace for his 4th straight 20 home run season.
Well, we got a couple of guys there that really hit the ball and hit it good.
Little humpback liner over to Rollins. 2 outs. Hey, buddy. Enjoying the night here at Citizens Bank Park. Wonder if he's got his BlackBerry and he's checking the out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Toyota, where Milwaukee leads Washington 2-0. Corey Hart, a 2-run home run. Brian Hannigan, the hitter. He takes a pitch low that went off the foot of the home plate umpire, Larry Vanover. Hannigan walked on 4 pitches his first time up. Two 2-0. Just having trouble throwing a strike to Hannigan tonight.
Yeah. Just to get back, regroup, concentrate, start hitting the spots again.
Well, Hannigan's walked twice tonight. He's walked on 8 pitches. And that's the 2nd walk issued by Hamels. And Matt Maloney bats for the Reds. So far this inning, 20 pitches for Hamels. Maloney was just called up today from AAA. That's 5 straight out of the strike zone. So Ruiz is going to go out and have a chat with Hamels. Matt Maloney was originally property of the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies traded him to the Reds in 2007 in that deal that brought Kyle Loesch over from the Reds, and Loesch was a big part of the Phillies resurgence. And a balk called on Cole Hamels. Second base umpire Tony Randazzo made the call, and then Larry Vanover followed. And now Rich Stubbe's going to go out to the mound to talk to Cole.
Yeah, just again to settle him down more than anything else. Get his concentration going back the way that it should.
Right there.
That was it.
It's almost as if he was starting and he thought about the pitch that was called, and he was, I don't know if he was,
maybe changed his mind.
yeah, exactly. So a runner at second with 2 away. 1-0 the count to Maloney. At the knees, 1 ball, 1 strike. Maloney got as high as Double-A with the Phillies before he was traded. Won 27 games for the Phils in the minor leagues. Started out in Batavia with the Muck Dogs, then to Lakewood with the Blue Claws, and finally to Reading. And his career numbers here in the majors.
Obviously, though, he looks like he's looking for a walk, even though he does have 4 hits.
3-2 the count. The pitch from Hamels. Grounded to shortstop, right past Hannigan. Rollins takes the second hop, and the side is retired. Now the Reds do get on the board on the 3-run home run by Jay Bruce. Hamels had to use a lot of pitches to get through the 4th, but we go to the 5th with the Phils up 6. IG Brand. We don't just make SUVs, we make history. By WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for amazingly low office product prices. And by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines new Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. Citizens Bank Park is sold out tonight. Phillies lead at 9-3 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Cliff Lee, Joe Blanton, Roy Oswalt, Roy Halladay. Watching. There's Ryan Matson. He's getting ready to go out to the bullpen. He usually waits till the middle of the ball game before he heads out to the bullpen. 9 runs scored for the Phillies tonight. Last 6 games, and you know the offense has been a big topic of conversation.
Oh yeah.
Last 6 games they scored 9 runs.
Hey, some days it's that way. Hopefully though they'll start to clicking because they've been getting good pitching. I mean, a lot better pitching to be up maybe even by 5-6 games if they had been hitting, but wasn't the B still in first place and had a lot to look forward to.
Phillies lead the East by 1.5 games over Florida. The Marlins are off tonight. The Braves are off tonight as well. Meanwhile, the Reds are 2.5 games behind the Cardinals, who are playing in San Diego tonight. Placido Polanco leads it off against Matt Maloney. Good night for Polanco. He's kind of found his stroke again.
Well, he stays pretty solid because he stays through the ball. You know, he hits the ball to right field, hits the ball up the middle, but doesn't hit generally a lot of fly balls, fly drive type hitter.
Well, happy birthday. She's had her sign up for a while now, and we have finally found her. We don't know your name, but we hope you've had a great birthday. Right, Sarge?
Oh, definitely.
Polanco, a walk on 4 pitches. So a leadoff base runner for the Phillies. Also want to remind everybody that it's Healthy Week on Comcast Sportsnet. Now, for all of you who are running your steps, when I told you before that for 2,000 steps, it equals about a mile and burns at least 1,000 calories, I apologize. It's only 100 calories, but you know, if you take some more steps, you could burn some more calories. But Sarge, we want you to be a kid again. Jump rope, play with your kids, and throw a frisbee.
If I'm not losing 1,000 pounds, forget about it.
Not 1,000 pounds, it's 1,000 calories.
If I'm not using 1,000
it's really 100 calories. I said 1,000.
Okay. Then I'm still not doing it because I want to lose those 1,000 calories. Okay? But I will play frisbee.
All right, I appreciate that.
I wonder if Wheels plays frisbee.
I don't think so. Oh, and 2 the count to Howard. I think when he was a kid, it was probably a pretty big event. Maybe one day on the road, we'll take a frisbee out and we'll just throw it and see if he goes after it.
Oh, boy. Well, you know, he did play shortstop in Marple Newtown, so, I mean, he can catch. We know that.
He was basking in the glory. I think Marple Newtown had a big win the other day in baseball. Wanted 2 the count to Howard. Howard 1 for 2. Singled and scored in the 3rd. Struck out looking in the 1st. Hannigan blocks it. Polanco still goes. The throw to second. He is out. And he took a chance. But with Giannis behind second, it was easy for him to go. And Hannigan didn't let that ball go too far away.
Well, you're right about it. Kept that ball out in front. When they do that, you can see how he dropped down, and that was the key for Polanco to go, but he kept it in front. Got him in plenty of time.
It's 3-2 to Howard. To left center field. Stubbs to the track. At the wall, he leaps and he makes the catch. Ooh. 2 outs here in the 4th. He looked at the wall and realized that, well, he wasn't going to get back there, so he had to leap even before he got back to the base of the wall.
Yeah, he made a good play on that. Ryan Howard just missed from hitting the ball out, and you can see Howard just getting up, and he does leap as he goes back. Wasn't back all the way. Now he times it as he gets up, makes it easy catch out of it. Ball kind of died a little bit once it got out in the outfield.
2 outs here in the 4th. 9-3 Phillies. And Ibanez takes a strike. We wondered about the alignment that the Reds have put in for Raul Ibanez. They've stayed with it, even though he fed a single through the hole on the left side his last time up. Now with nobody on second, Roland covers that hole a little bit more than he was before.
Yeah, and a lot of times if the lefties are going to throw those slow breaking balls, that means that they feel Ibanez would pull the ball.
To center field. Stubbs on the run to the warning track, to the wall. He's not going to get that one. Into the bushes for the 2nd time on the homestand. 3rd home run of the night for the Phillies, and they now lead it 10-3.
Well, that's getting one of those runs back, and in good fashion, straight away center field. Ibanez taking them deep again. Take a look at it as he just about knows the ball is out. He slows it down some. No chance. Gets back out in those bushes pretty deep.
Luis takes a breaking ball high. Well, first strike, I should say.
Wow.
I was umping again from up here, Sarge. It's not a good idea.
You can just feel the electricity in the ballpark here tonight.
Opposite way for Ruiz, and he has 2 hits. That one's gone to the wall. Bruce's throw to second, not in time.
Wow, solid double there by Ruiz. He hits that ball into right field, going that way. As Ruiz is glad that Chase Utley is back. Take a look at it, foot down as he goes the other way on top of it. Ball getting into right field. One of the better arms here, too, in the league.
And Ruiz safe at second, safe and secure with New York Life. That's 12 hits now for the Phillies. Here's Dominic Brown, who's 1 for 2. Towering pop-up on the infield. Votto and Phillips are there. And the side is retired, but the Phillies do get a run back on the home run by Raul Ibanez. He has a 2 RBI night and a 2-home run homestand. This one to straightaway center field. The Phillies lead it 10-3. Phillies lead it 10-3. Look at the line score for tonight. 7 runs in the bottom of the third. That tells part of the story. Here's the rest of the story. Look at all those hits. That's a 1 through 9. Everybody but Chase has a hit tonight, including Cole Hamels.
That's pretty good. That's what you like to see. A lot of hard hit balls.
Drew Stubbs takes a strike. It's 0-1. It's starting to rain again here at the ballpark. Umbrellas going up. Jackets going on. Ponchos being unfolded. Or you can purchase a seat undercover and you're fine.
Oh boy, can't believe it's raining. I talked to Jim Jackson earlier and he had talked about it wasn't going to rain. Got the ponchos going and it is raining. I think he practices on being a weatherman sometimes.
Jim Jackson.
You got it right.
He's standing in front of one of those green screens at home.
Here at the ballpark, he looked at this weather map for the whole innings. Okay. Oh.
Here's the 2-2 to Stubbs. Inside 3-2.
Just a little light sprinkle, however. Just get through this inning.
Grounder to shortstop. Collins waits on it. Stubbs runs well. And he's retired. 1 away.
Well, he does. Glides very well. Getting down there at about maybe 4-1, 4-2.
Sarge Hamels struggled in the 4th. He's had time to sit. That gentleman's having trouble with his poncho. When you're a pitcher and you struggle for an inning, you have a comfortable lead. What kind of adjustments can you make from inning to inning?
Well, again, you got to think that this game is 0-0 going out with all the runs.
That's deep to left. Ibanez back to the wall, leaps and makes the catch. And then you hope you get a little defense as well.
And he has been doing that, getting some good defense. But no, he's got to act like that score is nothing to nothing. He's probably a little shocked that he has all these runs. Not used to getting all these runs. So normally he's looking like maybe he's got to throw his shutout as Ibanez, showing that he's got some ups, getting up there, catching that ball. Well, when you're starting to get hits, you start fielding even better. He gets up and catches that. Nice catch.
Joey Votto wanted time, and he stepped out. Pointed up to the video board.
Must have been something maybe flashing or.
It is bright.
Yeah. But that should not impede his vision, though. You're looking straight away, and you have a great hitting background in center field.
Well, he lines one foul off the tarp. 0-1 the count. Broke his bat. Sarge, I was talking to Rich Doobie before the ball game, and we were talking about Hamels' last start against the Rockies. He retired 14 straight at one point. I said, did you go back and think about all the pitches he threw? You know, the cutter, the fastball. And he said it was the kind of game where everything worked for him. And he said, you know what? He's had more of those games this year than he's had in a long time. He said the fact that he's been able to pick up the cutter and he's thrown it so well. He said, think about how impressive that is. The guy didn't throw it before last year.
Well, I agree with that, too, because it's not just that straight fastball that you're throwing. A hitter has to look out with that ball on the inside part of the plate. Cole Hamels does pitch inside. And when he's throwing that good fastball, it makes that changeup that much better. Made one mistake with that changeup up. That's been about just about it. Bruce hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Votto slices another one foul. It remains 1-2. That was a fastball at 95.
So just sitting back, protecting the plate.
Oh, he was bailing on that. A grounder to Chase at second. And the side is retired. This is a good inning for Cole Hamels. He just retired the Reds in order. 1, 2, 3. The rain might be falling, but the smiles are all over the ballpark with the Phillies up 10-3. TV today to see every Phillies game live or on demand on your computer. Visit Phillies.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. John Mayberry leads it off here in the home fifth. Phillies lead at 10-3.
He takes a lot of first pitch fastball. I'm going to have to ask him why he does that. You know, I know he got aggressive earlier and then he stopped doing that. So maybe he's a little superstitious because he's gotten a few hits by taking that first pitch. But a lot of times that's your best pitch. I certainly wouldn't want to hit that breaking ball. I want to hit that first fastball that I see. That's the reputation you want to have. Whatever you do, don't throw him a first pitch fastball. That's when you can make those pitches. And that's when they do get a little bit nervous.
Grounded to third. Rowland charges. It's a foul ball. Gold Glover last year. First time since '06 Rowland won a Gold Glove. He's won 8 of them during his career.
Had a solid career. One of the better players in the game. Better guys in the game. Well documented with his problems here in Philadelphia, but he doesn't take away from the player that he has been over his career. Puts winning before he does personal stats. Those are the type of players you like to have on your team.
Wanted to the count to Mayberry.
Had a big hit in the third inning, driving in 2 runs.
Called strike 3. So Mayberry's down on strikes for the second time. Every time the Phillies will retire the opposing team 1-2-3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. So far, Cole Hamels has done that twice tonight. He did it in the first, and he also did it in the fifth. Hamels takes a fastball outside, 1 ball and no strikes. And with this staff, they've been racking up the 1-2-3 innings all year long.
I'll say.
Xfinity HD triple play. 1 ball, 1 strike to count to Hamels, who's 1 for 2. He also had an RBI in that third when the Phillies scored 6 runs with 2 outs. Over to second. Brandon Phillips backs up on it. 2 outs.
Pretty good play by Brandon Phillips as he chooses the hop that he wants. For you young players out there, a lot of times, all you got to do, know who's running and pick out the hop you want. Makes it easier rather than to come in short hop and bobble the ball.
Well, now 2 outs for Rollins. Sarge, it's another sellout here at the ballpark. The streak continues to get bigger and bigger for the Phillies. As Rollins out on his front foot, pops it up left side of the infield, rolling under it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Matt Maloney. So the Phillies go down in order. Here at the bottom of the fifth, we've completed 5 in Chase Utley's return with the Phillies up 7.
Phillies of the week are the closers. Which one? All of them. With Brad Lidge out in March, Jose Contreras took the reins and took over the role. After his trip to the DL, Ryan Matson went from setting up Contreras to setting down opponents in the ninth inning. Even 25-year-old Antonio Bastardo flipped the switch and turned out the lights for his first career save. Success at the back end of the bullpen is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Now more than ever, we're here for you every step of the way.
Well, this crowd, another sellout here at the ballpark, watching the Phillies lead at 10-3, hoping they don't have to see Ryan Matson tonight. Jose Contreras was supposed to make a rehab start or rehab appearance at Lehigh Valley tonight, but they were rained out. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow against Gwinnett. Brandon Phillips leads it off here in the 6th. And Contreras, in case you're looking for something to do tomorrow and you're not coming here to the ballpark, he'll start game 1 for the Iron Pigs tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Foul ball, 0-2. That's a 10:30 start. So, Sarge, you can get up, zip up to Lehigh Valley, watch the Iron Pigs, and then come back here for tomorrow night's ball game.
Yeah, I think I'll get the report from someone else on how Contreras throws. I'd imagine, though, once he gets back along with Lidge, how much better that bullpen will get. That's why it's good to have a guy like Ryan Matson in that bullpen that has closed a little before, not afraid of that situation, and has done one heck of a job.
1-2 the count to Phillips.
Starting to get that changeup down. That's what he wants to do.
Johnny Cueto helping everybody out. Sean and Mike Pop were down there by the cameras. They decided not to go get the ball. 2-2 the count to Phillips. Grounded to third. Polanco backhands behind the bag. 1 away. So 1 out here in the 6th.
Well, there's that hot corner again. Soft hands Polanco as he throws the ball usually right on the money. Look at that. I mean, Tom, even you could catch that ball the way it was thrown right there.
Perfect. Rowland's 1 for 2. Last year, Scott Rowland, it seems, and we don't know what the vote was, but seems edged out Polanco for that Gold Glove over third. Rowland had a wonderful year defensively. Polanco led all third basemen in fielding percentage. He's won a Gold Glove at second. Rowland has won 8 now at third.
Well, he still has a good fastball here in the 6th inning. More importantly, getting it in a good location. Oh, breaking ball.
So Rowland is aboard for the second time. Jay Bruce hit a 3-run home run his last time up. He has 2 hits tonight. 2 of his 3 hits in his career against Hamels have been homers.
Well, the home run he hit was out over the plate. Ruiz asking for that pitch inside to tie him up. That's what you want to do to the power hitters.
Try to do it again.
Yeah. And then if you're going to throw soft, what you want to do is try and get that ball down in the way where the hitter doesn't have maybe as much power, maybe a little bit off balance too. Looks like he's really making that effort, trying to keep that ball down and out of the middle of the plate. Have a lead, however. Don't want to give free passes. Want to make them a hit to get on. That's a swing.
Larry Vanover didn't react right away, but then pointed at Jay Bruce, so it's 3-2. He didn't even need Dan Bellino's help over at third.
Bruce, thinking he's automatically going to get that 3-1 fastball, was starting to swing.
Liner to left. Ibanez coming on. He'll have to play it on a hop. So Rowan moves up to second. Third hit of the night for Jay Bruce.
Oh, boy.
How about this, Sarge? The 149th consecutive sellout, 45,841, the largest regular season crowd ever here at Citizens Bank Park. Now, the Phillies have sold out, you see, 149. That doesn't include the postseason. The Red Sox have sold out 657 straight.
Wow.
That'll be a record that's very difficult to break. But what a credit to the Philly fans who have come out and have supported this club through some great years since this ballpark opened. But the last time they weren't sold out was the last time the Reds won a game here in Philadelphia.
Well, when you have a product the way that they do on the field, you have fans here that want to come out and see them. And you see a great pitchers just about every single night. If they're going to start to hit like this place is going to get jumping. Well, you start to really hit the ball here, this Citizens Bank can get very loud.
So after a trip to the mound, Hamels deals with Fred Lewis, throws a cutter that Lewis waves at. It's 0-1. Lewis lined to short his last time up. Grounded into a fielder's choice in the second. 0 for 2.
They've still got to concentrate on this club. Even though it's 10-3, they can score a lot of runs in a hurry.
Change up for strike 2. Or curveball. That was a curve.
Good curveball.
Yeah. Glanced up at the velocity and realized that that was in the curveball range. David Herndon, or excuse me, Michael Stutz is firing away. Ruiz hangs on. 2 outs here in the 6th.
Good pitch by Cole Hamels. Another sharp breaking ball. That's the breaking ball I'm talking about. You can get hitters to swing out when it's out of the zone. Take a look at it as it breaks out of the zone, but a little bit harder as he throws it. Starts it up high and breaks away.
Ruiz showing the ball because the ball was tipped into his glove. Here's Hannigan. And he finally sees a strike.
And the fans applaud on that.
Grounded to shortstop. Rollins charges, and he'll go the long way to first. In time to get Hannigan. The side is retired. No runs. 1 hit. 2 men left. 5.5 in the books. Phillies lead it 10-3.
Thomas Jefferson University Hospitals. Call 1-800-JEFF now. By the Quality Plus Ford stores. And by AT&T, the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. Phillies lead at 10-3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th here at Philadelphia. And just a reminder that the Powerball is up to $144 million. That goes off on Wednesday and Saturdays. Meanwhile, the Mega Millions, which will be drawn tomorrow, $26 million. It's a lot of dollar dogs, Sarge.
Take either one of those prizes.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be greedy.
Matt Maloney came on in relief of Bronson Arroyo in the 3rd. Tonight is a Hatfield Dollar Dog Night, the largest crowd in the history of this ballpark in the regular season. And there have probably been a lot of dogs sold.
A lot of dogs. A lot of hot dogs sold.
Utley's 0 for 3. It takes the ball, so it's 1-0.
I gotta tell you, Larry Vanover, I think, has done such a pretty good job here tonight on the balls and strikes. A lot of times we're on the umpires for not doing a good job. He seems to be calling the balls that are on the plate, both in and out. I think he only missed one call tonight. That's when Carlos Ruiz was coming in at home plate. Thought he got under the tag for me. But other than that, I think he's done a pretty good job. And maybe those 10 hits there helped with that decision, too.
To center field, Stubbs started in, now is able to react and go back and makes the catch. So Chase is 0 for 4. Well, will Chase Utley go to the All-Star game again? We'll find out. Voting is now open for the 2011 All-Star game in Phoenix. Help send your favorite Phil to this year's game by voting up to 25 times at Phillies.com. Visit Phillies.com and cast your ballot now for the 2011 All-Stars. Vote early, vote often. Vote today at Phillies.com. One away for Polanco. Brian Price came out of the dugout, and he's going to go out with the trainer. I'm not sure if something's going on with Matt Maloney. I think he just said, "I'm fine." But they must have noticed something when he released a pitch or in his velocity. Paul Lassard is the head athletic trainer for the Reds. He was accompanying Brian Price out to the mound. Polanco takes a strike of the knees. It's 0-1. Sarge, you mentioned before about the electricity in the ballpark. We felt it throughout the night. Is that one of the biggest things aside from his offense that Chase Utley brings in his return?
Oh, well, I mean, he's one of those players that can do just about, everything. And I think the greatest compliment is that he makes other players better on his team, and it's just a no-nonsense player. One of those guys that he uses the video, but not always in it, especially during the game, because he's out there looking at position of the pitcher's hand, different counts of guys throwing breaking balls, fastballs in, anything that can be helpful when you go up to the plate. Everybody has their own style.
Polanco down the right field line, on the run, Bruce, and he got there. 2 outs. Well, we asked Sarge what he thought Chase brings to the club. What about Charlie Manuel?
Chase is he comes to our lineup. He brings a lot of intangibles as far as who like the respect that the players have for him, and he's one of our leaders. He's kind of a silent leader, but he is the leader of our team. And but his bat is something that we really need, and he's not going to just come in here like and save us, but he's going to help us, and just his presence is going to help us. And but not only that, he's going to have a big year for us hitting.
So Charlie Manuel not only
foreshadowing a big year for Chase, but I think he said it right. I mean, he just makes everybody around him better, just like you said.
Yeah, well, one of the things, though, he has to realize he can't make up the games that he's lost in 1 or 2 games. Gradually, he's got to be able to come back, fit right in, and, you know, Charlie's going to go on how he's feeling. Cordy is going to ask Chase. Chase, type of player, however, that can and will play in pain. But that's one of the things they'll have to monitor.
Outside 2-1. Sarge, Chase was asked about a month or so ago about the way he plays. Can he change the way he plays? And he kind of smirked, as he normally does, and says, I only know how to play one way.
Yeah, he goes all out. He gives you 100% every day.
2-1 is ripped into right. That's going to go all the way to the base of the scoreboard. Will Howard try for 2? He will. The throw by Bruce, and he's got a cannon. Safe at second. That's a heck of a slide by the big man.
Well, I tell you, that's why I know he does have the speed to be able to score from second base. He actually started running right from home plate. Take a look at this as he drills this ball in the right field. He's going right away. Pretty good throw, however, comes right back to him. Check out this slide as he fades away.
So Ryan safe and secure at second, safe and secure with New York Life.
Well, the big fella getting down, and that's a pretty good slide for him.
Very good slide. Matt Maloney thought he was out, but looking at that replay, it was a good throw by Bruce. It looked like he got his hand in there. Here's Ibanez, who's had a good night. He's 2 for 3. A home run, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored.
One of the things that's very noticeable is that he's not leading with the upper half of his body. He's getting some separation and going back when he's getting into his hitting position.
That was just a good pitch.
Good pitch. And you have to give the pitcher credit at times, but you know, yourself as a hitter, you just want to be staying in that hitting position if you can. Pick up the spin on the ball.
He threw it again.
Threw it again. That's a ball. Not a good pitch.
Howard's on second. 2 outs here at the bottom of the 6th. That's a fair ball. Votto leads Maloney out at first. That was awfully close. Maloney's curl delayed him to the bag. Plus, Ibanez was running all the way. The putout goes 3-1. We've played 6. We go to the 7th on the heels of Joey Votto casually flipping to first to throw out Raul Ibanez.
Verizon Wireless game summary. Big offensive night for the Phillies. 3 homers, a 7-run third inning. Jay Bruce has a 3-run home run. Bronson Arroyo gone early. Chase Utley returns to the lineup tonight, and it figures he's the only guy without a hit in the whole lineup, including Cole Hamels, who's now out of the ball game, but he hit a couple balls really hard so far tonight as Chase. 2 balls to center field.
So Michael Stutz will take over for Cole Hamels. The Phillies bullpen needs to get 9 outs with a 7-run lead. And Todd Frazier making his major league debut. Look out. Wow.
That's a good one.
That is a really long toss.
That was outstanding. He'll be strong to throw a bat that far.
Well, he's going to need a new one because the knob of that bat is done.
He got a lot of family and friends down there behind the third base dugout, and he was trying to give him a souvenir, but he missed them. See them waving at him down there? But it went too far.
It was very generous of him.
Yeah, he could have just walked over and handed him one.
Well, Todd Frazier was a star at Rutgers University. In fact, he comes from a very talented baseball family. If you recognize the name, if you are a Little League fan, he's the same Todd Frazier that helped the United States beat Japan some years ago for the Toms River East Little League. He went 4 for 4 in that game, had a home run, and he was a star. I mean, on the Little League level.
Yeah, and making his major league debut. Probably a pretty neat place for him to do it.
1-1 is in there for a strike. It's 1-2.
If you're in Toms River, are you a Phillies fan, a Mets fan, a Yankees fan? What are you?
I think you're a Phillies fan and a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's many Mets fans. Went to Toms River South High School, which is a heck of a program. Swing and a miss, and his major league debut is over with as Michael Stutz strikes him out.
On a 95 fastball. He just blows him away on this. This guy was hitting some long home runs in batting practice today as the ball was flying around, but Stutz with a good live fastball there.
So Frazier will take his helmet and his gloves off for the first time in the majors. And Drew Stubbs, a hefty swing and a miss of a slider. It's 0-1. Stubbs is 0 for 3.
Good chance to get Cole Hamels out of the game tonight. Save some innings. Gave up the 3-run home run to Bruce. He had a couple other times out there tonight where, you know, Rich Doobie went out just to get him back on track.
Down the right field line, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Michael Stutz has bounced back nicely from that back injury that took him out of the Cardinals game last week.
Yeah, that looked serious when that happened. It looked like an arm injury, or at least an oblique.
Well, now he has 2 strikeouts. He looks strong tonight. That fastball at 94 and up. 2 outs.
Yeah, they were holding him back yesterday along with Bastardo in case they needed a closer because Matson couldn't go yesterday. There's another high fastball that he chases, gets another strikeout. And talking to Charlie before the game tonight, they were going to watch Matson throw and see if he could go, but they thought he would, and now hopefully they don't have to worry about it.
Giannis has been on base once tonight, technically, but he grounded into a fielder's choice that ended the 3rd.
Breaking ball there, one of the first ones he's thrown, and slipped out of his hand.
One ball, 1 strike to count. Boy, they're late on a lot of his pitches tonight. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it sure is. If Ruiz wants to try a breaking ball here. Nope, looks like fastball. I think he said fastball up.
Brian Gorman's the first base umpire, and Larry Vanover thought about asking for help, but didn't. 2-2 the count to Giannis. Pop up behind the plate. And Ruiz makes a heck of a catch. Wow, how did that one stay in the yard? Ruiz got back to the net and at the last moment was able to reach out and grab it before it hit the base of that net. 1, 2, 3 go the Reds. Boy, by the looks of it, he had it all the way. Time to stretch here at Citizens Bank Park. That's trivia quiz answer. Wheels, in the famous photo, how many baseballs did Reds catcher Johnny Bench hold in one hand? You remember that famous photo?
Oh,
right?
yeah. And I remember, you think it was 5, but his hand's so big, I'm going to add one more and say 6, but I have no idea.
6 is a good guess, but that would be incorrect.
You telling me he had more?
7
of them.
baseballs.
Is that amazing?
Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans.
Wow.
I don't know how he's doing that, but I asked Sarge if he could do it. He said, no way. We all tried.
No, that's right. I'm sure other guys tried it back in those days. Yeah. Well, Johnny Bench was a catcher who really was the guy who first started catching one-handed and used a bigger glove, and he revolutionized catching in a lot of ways.
Jose Arredondo is the new pitcher for the Reds. 5th ball game, 2.45 ERA.
And one of those guys.
Ruiz has a 3-hit night.
Oh, this is nice for him. Johnny Bench is one of those guys who had a home run in his last major league plate appearance.
Well, following Ruiz's 3rd hit of the night, we'll take a look at these lucky fans. They're tonight's Citizens 7. They will each receive a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com. October of 2010, last 3-hit night. He had really been struggling. He was 4 for his last 45 coming in.
Charlie was trying some different things tonight with his lineup. He knew where he wanted to go at the top of it through 5. But talking to him before the game, he wanted to put Dominic Brown down in the order a little bit. And then he thought about where he wanted Mayberry. And then he thought, you know what, I'm going to bat Chooch 6 and just see what happens. And, that's not where he'll stay when they get all their players that they want in the order. But, he's had a good job. He's done a good job in that 6-hole tonight.
0-2 to Brown. I asked him when why he changed Chase Utley to the 2-hole, because he said yesterday he'd bat 3rd. He said he just thought about it and just felt like there was, as you said, better balance with him hitting 2nd.
He did not want to put the 3 left-handers in a row tonight. First night back.
Brown down on strikes for the first out here in the 7th.
Pretty good changeup.
So many folks have even left tonight.
Well, it's kind of a festive atmosphere here tonight with Chase out, the biggest crowd in the history of the ballpark.
Unbelievable.
With Chase coming back in the regular season, with Chase coming back, and all those runs being scored. It's like, and it's hot. You know, it's a nice warm night. Had a little shower, but that's gone. I think people are saying, "Well, this feels like the summer tonight." It's the way they used to hit.
Mayberry's 1 for 3. He had a big hit back in the third, and the Phillies scored 7 runs, 6 with 2 outs.
That was a big hit, as you say, Tom, because that got a couple more on the board, kept the inning going. Jimmy Rollins later hit a 3-run homer.
At the knees, 1 ball, 1 strike to Mayberry. Antonio Bastardo with Ross Claude on deck. Bastardo's up and loosening in the pen.
Yeah, as you said, they're going to try and get 9. They're going to get 9 outs out of the bullpen tonight, and Stutes gave him a nice inning.
Mayberry fights it off. Pop up behind first. 2 outs.
Good thing when you can bring in Stutes, Bastardo, young players like that when they don't have the pressure that they've had too lately. Because when they've been using him in games, the game's been on the line for the most part.
But they've been good with that pressure.
Yes, been very good. And every once in a while, it's nice to be able to come in, take a deep breath, and just get your work in.
Ross Claude has 7 pinch hits so far this year. Overall, he's hitting .303. Well, his splitter's pretty good.
Yeah, it is good. Is that what it is, a splitter? Oh, yeah. Looking at it, I thought it was a changeup, but yeah, that is a good one. Because it doesn't have a whole lot of spin on it. It has a lot of tumble. Real good pitch to left-handed hitters, too. Guy who was with the Angels when they were here a few years ago. Arredondo. I remember his name. I think. Oh, well.
Wheels, your memory, it's like an elephant.
Yeah, well, sometimes.
Signed by the Reds as a minor league free agent after pitching for the LA Angels of Anaheim in 08 and 09. He was 10-2 in 08.
Yeah, that was. They swept the Phillies when they were here that weekend with the Angels.
Phillies go down quietly here in the 7th. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. We have played 7. We go to the 8th with the Phillies leading the Reds 10-3.
by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. And by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Now, how could you not love the atmosphere here at the ballpark tonight? 10-3, the Phillies lead it. They've had a great night offensively. Not only that, Chase Utley's return. Cole Hamels wins 6. The bullpen has taken over. And while you're here at the ballpark, you can check out the Phillies Authentic Store, located on the main concourse behind Section 133. The store features authenticated game-used items and autographed memorabilia. New items are added each homestand. For a list of available items and more information, email merch, that's MERCH, at Phillies.com. So Antonio Bastardo picks up for Michael Stutz. A strong inning for Stutz. He pitched a 1-2-3 7th, and now Bastardo here in the 8th. So it looks like they'll go 1 inning at a time for the Phillies relief pitchers. There's Vance Worley. It looks like he's trimmed that mohawk even more. He's got nothing on the sides. I don't even know if he has the mohawk anymore, but he'll start tomorrow for the Phillies.
How about those goggles?
Yeah, there's the mohawk.
He's a right-hander, but he kind of dances to his own drummer. Marches, whatever you call it.
Joey Votto leads it off for the Reds here in the 8th and takes a pitch down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, tomorrow's a pretty good pitching matchup if you consider Worley against Johnny Cueto, who's, fairly electric in his own way.
Oh, he's tough. Johnny Cueto's got good stuff. It's good experience right now for Bastardo to face a guy like Votto, and if they get a base runner, then they'll deal with Bruce. These are the kind of guys, as a situation left-hander, you're called upon to get them out.
He's behind 2 balls and 1 strike. Line drive caught by Utley. He hasn't had to move around a lot today at second base, but when he has, he's looked very comfortable. Now, looking comfortable and feeling comfortable are 2 different things.
Yeah, he had that 1 ball that Bruce hit, that little slow roller to him that he had to charge and try and make a play on. That was an easy play. Bruce hit it pretty, or Votto hit it pretty hard, but it was starting to sink on him right there.
1 out for Brandon Phillips.
Yeah, hopefully he feels as good as he looks.
I have to say that he had a hop in his step today, and even yesterday morning, but a hop in his step today that was very contagious. Everybody here at the ballpark anticipated his arrival tonight, and they were excited about it. But if you could have just seen him moving around today.
Well, I think it's like anything in any walk of life. When something's taken away from you and you have a shot to get it back, you really feel enthused about it. And, there had to be times this year he didn't know, if he was going to play this year. And all of a sudden it's right there again to take, and he certainly has. And as you said, the enthusiasm, we saw him yesterday morning. Boy, he was bouncing around coach's room, the clubhouse, and today, the guy loves to play. This is what he does. He's not ready to not play this game.
Well, we did our interview with him earlier today, and we were sitting in the media room. We had just talked to Charlie Manuel, and we're waiting for him to come in. And he said that he'd be in there right before batting practice, and he came in so fast and moving so light on his feet. Sat down, put the microphone on, answered the questions, and then zipped on out. I mean, he was ready to go.
Oh, yeah. And then when he hit the field, the media grabbed him out on the field and looked like the World Series.
Here's the 2-2 to Phillips. Looped in the air, right center field. Utley backpedaling. 2 outs.
Really fooled him with a breaking ball there. That was a good play by Chase. It's not a hard play, but You know, took a little bobbing and weaving. See right there, he sees it, judges it. Okay, I got it. A lot of people still here. They're going to give Scott Rowland a little welcome again.
Rowland's been on base twice tonight.
How low he holds his hands now. You know, we're talking about that tonight a little bit. You know, he's had so many shoulder problems over the last few years. Fans remember how high he used to hold his hands when he first came up. Well, he just can't do that anymore because of the shoulder problems. You know how low his hands are? And, you know, you talk to him, you know, he's not going to make any excuses. You can get to the ball a little quicker, but you don't have the same power you had. You can't load as much. And you know, he's just not going to hit home runs the way that he did at one time because he can't get back into that hitting area and be quick. He has to kind of keep it where it is and use a real short stroke.
Again to right. This time it's Dominic Brown makes the catch in a 1-2-3 8th inning. 6 up, 6 down for the Phillies bullpen. And we talked about it before the ball game. It did look like the World Series with the swarm around Chase Utley. He's happy that's over as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Follow your favorite Phillies player and donate to a great cause at the same time. Phillies Charities introduces an easy new fundraising program open to fans in Pensy, New Jersey, and Delaware. Select the player and stat you'd like to follow, pick your pledge increment, choose where the money will go from 4 Phillies Charities beneficiaries. Supporting Phillies Charities has never been easier. See the community section at Phillies.com for details. Miguel Cairo, the former Phil, and, well, the former a lot of other teams, will take over at second base. And Logan Ondrusek will be the new pitcher for the Reds. The way it sets up, Ondrusek will bat in Phillips' spot, which is the 4-hole. And Cairo will bat in the pitcher spot. Rollins leads it off. Rollins tonight 2 for 4. He's had a nice night. 3-run home run. His 3rd homer of the year. Oh, that crooked number looks really good in the 3rd, doesn't it? How about the hit total? 14.
14 hits, 7 runs in 1 inning. You know, the way it was going, that was a week.
1-2 the count on Ondrusek at 95.
Yeah, they really got after Bronson Arroyo tonight. He just didn't have a good night, and that guy can be really, really tough on given nights.
Two and two the count to Rollins. Rollins, Utley, Polanco.
Come on, Jimmy.
Andrusik is a tall drink of water. He's 6'8", 228 pounds. He's another tall Texan. He's from Shiner, Texas. And he's got himself some long legs. And Rollins is down looking on strikes. So first strikeout for Andrusik. And here comes Chase Utley. He had another great comment today where he talked about the experience of playing for the Threshers. And he talked about how great that was. That he really enjoyed himself, and he said he learned some things too. And I think it goes back to what you were saying, Wheels, about getting a chance to play again, and even at that level, appreciating the game a little bit too.
Just the sheer joy of playing the game and being able to get back and do what you love.
Right, and I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't appreciate it, because he certainly does.
Oh, yeah. But you know, you've all had things in your life that you think are taken away maybe, and you get them back, and how you appreciate them then, and treat things differently after that happens.
He's 0 for 4 tonight.
They're playing 13 innings tonight in Clearwater. I don't know if you want to be there now.
There's Danny Baez. He'll be next up out of the pen for the Phillies. Grounder back over the head of Andrusik. Cairo picks it, and Utley's retired. 2 outs.
He's going to take an 0 for his first night, and the fans love it. Just to see him back playing. Look at all the people leaving right now. That's interesting. That reminds me of when I was a kid, we used to go to games and Dick Allen would have his last at bat. Didn't matter what the score was, you'd stick around, then you'd leave. If it was, if it was a blowout one way or the other, because you see Richie Allen, you might think he'd fire one out into the night, see something you'd never seen before. Friends that my buddies and I, we still talk about that, how you just hang around. And a lot of people just stay to see Utley's last at bat.
2-0 the count to Polanco, who is 3 for 4 tonight. One, two, three, eighth inning. The Phils go down in order. So all that's left is the top of the ninth for the Phils to try to finish it off. They lead it 10-3. Wilson Valdez comes into the ballgame to play second. We might see that often this year, particularly if the Phillies have a lead and if Chase Utley has had his last at bat. Danny Baez is the new pitcher for the Phillies, so he'll take over here in the top of the ninth, and he'll face Jay Bruce, Fred Lewis, and Ryan Hannigan. Those are the scheduled hitters. Baez 1 and 2, a 4.42 earned run average, 7 strikeouts and 18 in the third. So it's not a surprise to see Utley lifted here in the ninth, because you figured that he's the Phillies with a 7-run lead. We figure that Charlie Manuel will do this a lot as they try to manage Chase back into the swing of things.
Yeah, it's a perfect time to do it. Got him his at bats, have a nice lead.
Jay Bruce leads it off. Bruce 3 for 3 tonight. And a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Bruce hit a 3-run home run back in the fourth. That's the only runs for the Reds. 1-1. Cole Hamels started. He went the first 6, allowed 3 runs on 5 hits. Then Michael Stutz pitched a scoreless 7th. Bastardo scoreless 8th, and now Baez here in the 9th. On the inside corner, strike 2. I don't think he liked that call. Trying to go back to the same spot, and he missed low. 3-2. Well, the Phillies with 6 extra base hits tonight. Now that includes 3 home runs.
There's a lot of positives here tonight.
Big time. On the inside corner, called strike 3.
That thing ran back over the plate, according to Larry Vanover. And Bruce didn't, as you said earlier, didn't like the pitch he called on him, and he sure didn't like that one.
And coming up at 10, get all the highlights of this game between the Phils and the Reds, and a breakdown of Chase Utley's return to the lineup. Plus, Derek Gunn sees how players prep for the season during the lockout. Get all the news Philly fans need to know on Sports Night, presented by Toyota. Tonight at 10, only on Comcast Sportsnet. Baez firing some strikes. Johnny B. Baker's squad is on the verge of losing 6 consecutive games.
Yeah, they were in first place, and they've been knocked out by the St. Louis Cardinals during this losing streak. Cardinals play tonight, too, at San Diego. Scott Rowland has that look like, well, we'll go get them tomorrow. He's running that fastball back, and they don't think they're strikes.
They've been strikes all night, though. Bronson Arroyo was getting that pitch even back in the first and second inning. The 1-2 pitch to center field. Mayberry. Boy, that's a heck of a play right there. He just floated under it and closed beautifully for the second out.
Well, John's a glider out there. He's a very good athlete in the outfield. Center fielders with the long strides like that, you know, like think of some of the guys like maybe Devon White, you know, or Andrew Jones. Well, he wasn't that long. He was kind of a long strider, though, Andrew Jones. And Mayberry there runs it down. Good play.
2 outs. Ryan Hannigan's the hitter. Phillies up 10-3, 1 out to get. Want to know the count? Hannigan tonight has walked twice. He's grounded a shortstop. Something about Ryan Hannigan. He walked on 8 pitches in his first 2 at-bats. He just grounded out innocently in the 6th, but now he's ahead 3-0 in this at-bat. And he takes a strike, 3-1. Phil's trying to finish this game off. They have 3 more against the Reds before this homestand comes to a close. Grounded to shortstop. That should do it. Rollins takes the hop, floats the throw over to first in time, and the largest crowd in Citizens Bank Park history during the regular season not only got a chance to watch Chase Utley's return, but they also got a chance to watch the return of the Phillies offense. 10 runs on 14 hits. They belted 3 home runs. And they are our Chevrolet players of the game. What a night all the way around. As you said, Wheels, a lot of good things happen here tonight. Most notably, his return to this lineup, to this infield, to this ballpark, and to this Phillies family. And then, of course, the offense getting on track, and let's hope they can sustain it. Let's take a look at the W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
We said, Tom, a lot of extra base hits here tonight. This got them started. Placido Polanco hits a ball out of the ballpark in the first inning, a 2-run home run, gave him a 2-0 lead, gave Cole Hamels a little instant breathing room. Then the third inning topped off that 7-run inning, a 3-run home run by Jimmy Rollins to right field. And just for good measure, in the 4th inning, here comes Raul Ibanez, and he gets himself a center field bomb right there. Out into the plants out there in dead center. 3 homers tonight for the Phillies. A lot of extra base hits. And Raul Ibanez, who had a big game like a lot of games, or Jimmy Rollins, who had a big game tonight. Like a lot of these guys, he's down there with Sarge. Sarge, take it away.
Hey, guys, thanks a lot. Started off the game with a base hit. 3-run home run that you end up putting a little icing on the cake. What was the pitch?
It was a 2-seamer, that stayed out over middle of the plate. The bat before that, he had been throwing me some 4-seamers in. And that at bat, usually what he does with 2 strikes, throws a little Yahoo pitch, but that one's pretty flat. And I was looking for it. And I was telling myself, don't miss it.
A lot was made of Chase Utley coming back. And I know Willie McCovey said he didn't know what it did, but when Mays was in the lineup, he felt a lot better. How'd you guys feel with Chase Utley there?
Well, if you look at the scoreboard, I think we felt a lot better. We haven't seen that many runs since the Mayflower touchdown, man. But, Chase brings some excitement. He obviously brought a lot of people to the ballpark tonight. And, looking out there, our lineup is starting to look whole. Our team is starting to look whole again. So, we still have 1 or 2, at least 1 piece out in San Victorino. But, starting to get healthy is a good feeling.
Cole Hamels on the mound tonight, same kind of effort?
Lights out. He had his curveball going. He had his cutter going. He had his 4-seamer going. I think he got a little tired. The humidity is something we haven't been used to playing in. And I think it got to him a little bit. But, he gave us 6 strong innings, and we gave him enough runs that he didn't have to, force himself or force Charlie to leave him in there just to try to get a win.
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Sarge.
All right, guys, back to you.
All right, Sarge, thank you very much. As Jimmy Rollins had a big night tonight. Boy, it's nice to see a smile on Jimmy Rollins' face. The Phillies win it 10-3. We'll be back to the ballpark after this.